Alright, welcome to another video. Today we're going to talk about this scumbag. And yeah, I'm going to explain to you why he's a scumbag very shortly. This is basically all about the EggNS emulator thing. And for those who don't know, the EggNS emulator is a Nintendo Switch emulator that runs on Android. And in order to be able to use this emulator, you have to buy a proprietary controller. Otherwise, you can't use the emulator. So it's basically catch. The emulator itself is quote unquote free, but you can't use it unless you buy an overpriced, crappy Gamepad. So that thing itself is not really the problem. I mean, sure, it's not great. People are gonna be mad about it. Could be better. All this kind of thing, right? However, the problem is this entire thing is based on a free open source project from which is named Yuzu, and it's running on PC. And yeah, developers work hard every day to give people an open source project where they can emulate their Switch games on their PC for free. They work for you so you can have your enjoyment and you can decide whether or not you want to join them on Patreon. They don't force you anything. If you don't want to pay for whatever reason or you can't, it's all fine. They will still provide you with the free service. However, these scumbags from China just stole the emulator and be like, yeah, we have to pay now. So yeah, they stole work and are now making a profit out of it. So why is he a scumbag then if he is not a developer for EggNS emulator? Well, that's perfectly good. That's a perfectly good question. So let's go into his comment, just showcasing who he is, what he thinks, and yeah, just figure out the nature of him as a human being. I'm gonna read. Me complaining and criticizing GameSir, it actually works. GameSir dropped the price of the gamepad to from $100 to $70, and they refunded money to people who bought it for $100. Yeah, so he thinks it's his fault. It's not because they make more money by making a marketing stunt here. No. It's because a channel that has a couple thousand views per video somehow made the difference, right? Yeah, he thinks of himself as a huge influencer, and this gets stronger by his next comment. So do not tell me why I make these videos. You should be grateful. Yeah, because his videos are so fucking great. They're God's gift to the world. You should be grateful that they exist. Without his videos, nothing could be as fantastic as they are today. Right. I expect GameSir is following my videos, and they better drop the price even under $50. Thank you, my viewers. You're sharing my videos so games. Now he's kind of trying to make it so the viewers kind of feel special, but he already ruined it by doing this. I mean, for fuck's sake, man. No, just no. The problem is not that they're selling the gamepad for a too high price or whatever. That's probably depending on who you're asking. It's the problem they're selling it at all. For those who can't understand normal language I'm speaking, and they still ask me, so why you still make video about this emulator? So he's basically demonstrating he has no clue what the problem is. My first point and biggest complaint about the gamepad is overpriced, not the emulator. Dude, please calm down, guys. I will be making more videos about this emulator. Thank you. So he's basically saying, oh, for those who have a problem, fuck you. And guess what? For us who have a problem, guess what? Fuck you too. Honestly, this is just showcasing that he is fully aware of the problem with the EggNS, that it's stolen code, that it's being sold. He just doesn't give a shit about it. He will still make videos about it, promoting this piece of shit emulator, because guess what? His problem is the gamepad price. What a fucking donkey, man. I'm very disappointed in YouTubers who promote selling this gamepad to their viewers. Oh my god. Spanish, Brazilian, American, English YouTubers, all of them are promoting this gamepad. Please do not listen to them. Don't support this strategy drama of I know a lot of YouTubers not promoting it. I'm not one of them. Yes, you are. You are one of them. By making videos about the emulator, which can only be played with the fucking gamepad, you are promoting the gamepad. You fucking donkey. I cannot believe this donkey says this. I clearly said from the beginning, do not buy this gamepad. It's actually insane when people like. I can't believe he's actually writing this. It's equivalent of me going to a guy, right? You see a guy on the street, I'm like, hello, dude, I'm not gonna punch you. And then just jab him right in the face. And he lies on the fucking floor and be like, oh, why did you punch me? I didn't punch you. I said I wouldn't punch you. Actions speak louder than words. You are promoting this. If you say I do not buy, but you're saying on your videos, oh my god, look at this great, oh, look at this great experience. It's so fantastic. Oh, it's so smooth. It's great. This emulator is so fantastic, guys. Oh, it's so great. Oh, obviously you're fucking promoting it, you idiot. And then we get this is also funny. There's a big chance this EGNS emulator might be banned. Well, sued by user team. Yeah, no. The ones if this egg emulator ever gets taken down, they're not by Yuzu but by Nintendo themselves. Nintendo is already having a problem with this, but because the origin is China, it's difficult because they have different copyright laws. So, go figure. And then he writes all this garbage that I'm not gonna read because it's more just like blah blah. And then we got Damon PS2 for $10. Looks like a free emulator in comparison to this $50 one. According to you, it's $70, but okay, whatever, dude. Again, Damon PS2, don't ever buy that piece of shit. Don't even play the free version because you're basically sending your free information to the developers. It's asking for permissions. An emulator should never ask for, and you cannot just simply deny those permissions because otherwise the emulator will not start. It will keep asking for those actual permissions. So, yeah. After me releasing this video a few hours later, yeah, he somehow thinks that his God's work somehow changed the fact. Yeah, it's as if he actually thinks that the developers of these, what name of the game Sir or whatever the fuck they call it, yeah, Game Sir, he somehow thinks that they are literally watching his videos permanently, where it's like, oh god, there's a new video, oh, yeah, we're gonna have to update because this guy, he has like 1,100 views on his latest EGNS video. That's gonna make a huge difference. This guy's insane. He thinks he's such a big shot. He's so arrogant, and he openly, like, imagine any big channel, just any, just any big channel that exists, like Linus Tech Tips or Gamers Nexus, literally telling their viewers to be grateful for the videos, openly say, I understand, like, openly imply he understands a problem, but it's not about, I don't care about the problem. I don't only care about the price. If anyone else, like an actual big YouTuber, have done that, the backlash would have been immense. It would actually cost an entire career. There are YouTubers who did a mistake like this, and their entire channel was just dead after that. The fact that he is still having 1,000 views and his like bar does not look like a red fucking lightsaber from Star Wars is. Oh wait, it's not red anymore. No, okay, sad. Actually, sad. No, well. That joke would have worked back then. Oh, so sad. All right, but whatever. I mean, the fact is, the like bar has more likes than actual dislikes on any EGNS videos. It's just making me lose faith in humanity at this point. It's actually sad. So yeah, and a lot of people ask, okay, so why is this a big deal? Well, honestly, a lot of things are open source these days. OBS, Linux, some Linux kernels on phone. A lot of people ask me also, why don't I release my Rock 3 kernel, which is so great? A lot of people, because it's so far the only kernel in existence that actually solves the color banning issue. Why don't I do it open source? Because I've literally got contacted by people who asked me to give them code, also offering me a cut of their, of the money they're gonna make by selling my kernel. Yes, they already had plans to do that. So basically, as long as my kernel solves something big that the stock kernel doesn't, you can bet your ass they would have attempted to actually sell that fucking thing. And I don't stand for that shit. I don't want it to happen. If something is open source, it's gonna stay open source and it's gonna be free for everyone. I don't give a fucking shit if I'm gonna give. I'm not gonna make money for that. No, fuck you. Seriously, the GPL does not allow me to do so, and I don't even intend to make money to begin with. So screw you. I'm not gonna release my kernel, and I'm not going to accept this kind of behavior from anyone. If you're gonna promote scummy behavior, then you know what? I'm gonna call you out for it. I'm gonna call you a scumbag, and I'm gonna fucking sit here and stay like this until you change your ways. Until you say, look, I'm sorry, I was ignorant. I'm never gonna promote this piece of shit emulator again. Do not buy. I mean it this time. Then I will not call you a scumbag anymore. But as long as you keep this practice up, I'm gonna call you a scumbag. I'm not gonna like you and I'm not gonna like you. I'm not gonna watch your shitty videos about this fucking egg simulator. And you know what? I know this video is probably pointless, uh, but you know what? Despite it only probably gonna have next to no views, and you know what? Despite anything, if I can just make one guy boycott this thing and not buy the gamepad, even though when before he would have bought it, I would consider it a huge win. Any small change in this kind of shitty practice, I would consider a win, no matter how much time I have to spend into it. So that's that. So yeah, hope you learned something, and I really hope this fucking practice finally stops and open source, because the state of open source is just terrible right now. There's no real reason to do open source at this point. Chinese companies stealing your work, ruining, selling it. Why would you work for Chinese companies? Why would you do that? There's no point in it. Might as well just put everything closed source and just be done with it. Just stop offering anything for people for free. Just let them pay, and just that's obviously what they want. That's obviously what people want. If people would have from the beginning said, you know what, we're not going to buy the gamepad, screw you. We want your shit. You stole code. You make it open source, and if you make a great gamepad, we will buy it because it's a great gamepad, not because of some proprietary bullshit. If everyone would have had that attitude from the very start, this would not be a thing, and open source as a general would be more popular. But right now, so far, open source is just starting to die again. It was larger, especially in the mobile phone market when you saw all these kernels, but people then started stealing shit and applications as well. So at this point, it's just, why even bother? And this is where I really hope that people will start waking up, getting more educated about this issue, and understand that the only reason they have to pay for this against emulator is because people were not, well, that people were ignorant about this. They did not know, because I'm fairly certain 90% of people who buy this gamepad, or quote unquote, buy this gamepad, just they do it because they think this is an emulator actually created by whatever company like GameSir, and it's not. So I really hope that this will just change at least a little bit, just something, even if it's just one dude. I know this video is never going to be large, and probably some of these techutopia fanboys are probably going to dislike my video, so it's never going to be seen anyways. But honestly, as I said, if one guy doesn't buy it, I'm happy. So yeah, until the next.